This is a video I've wanted to make for a while because I feel like it's a relative thought that comes across anybody's head, especially when reflecting on their younger days as a teenager watching YouTube at this time, or as someone who, I don't know, was just bored and watched whatever content flashed across their screen. And the number one question I've always asked myself, and because this YouTuber was extremely popular at a point and then systemically lost a lot of subscribers and basically lost the initial impact that he had on people, was Leafy ever that funny? I've been wanting to make a video on this for quite a long time now, because now it has been a detrimentally long time. It's been 8 years since Leafy was at his peak before his subsequent ban in 2021 off of the platform in general. And even when he came back, it seemed like there was no change in his content whatsoever, and didn't really seem like it was going to be doing any better than what it originally was. And he because he took on such a long hiatus, it didn't really have the initial impact that it had when he first started. And a lot of it, I think, stems from his audience growing up and maturing. Because look, 2015, I was 15 years old. I just entered my sophomore year of high school, and we were all edgy little pissants that really didn't give a shit what was offensive and what wasn't. I think that's generally a big case with a lot of kids who are that age, especially at that time. So the number one thing I've always questioned, because there was a lot of people I went to high school with that were huge fans of this guy, but I could never get around his nasally whining and his generally dull insults. When I think of an insult comic, I think of somebody who gets up on a stage, sees a couple in the first row, picks them apart, not personally attacking them, but small anecdotes here and there that makes them laugh, makes him laugh, and makes the rest of the crowd laugh. Whenever Leafy tried to insult somebody, it always felt like very elementary school-esque. Like, it was no different than that kid that started calling Peter Griffin a poop nose, so Peter Griffin decides to beat the living shit out of him.
My name's Peter Griffin. I'm a big, fat, dumb buttface.
Shut up, Kyle.
I'm Peter Griffin. I'm a dorky, fat numbnuts.
Kyle, I said shut up.
You're a poop nose.
A lot of people are gonna chime back to the iDubbbz content cop on him, and that, while it did expose Leafy as basically an insecure bully that he is, and he couldn't take someone making a parody of a Leafy video on Leafy himself, it kind of broke that evil mastermind of roasting people into a timid little kid who is already insecure about his appearance, so he makes himself feel better by insulting others. It broke that barrier, and a lot of the things that iDubbbz makes fun of him for are genuinely how he edits his videos, how he appears to hide behind his mic to hide a weak chin. The whole chin thing was a joke itself. In all honesty, if Leafy went along with it and laughed it off, like how he described his content as satire even when it's a far cry from what satire humor is, then maybe he would have saved himself a little bit and he didn't have to go on a hiatus after. But the other reason why Leafy really fell off was because his content never evolved. And never evolved to a degree where it was anything new, it was anything fresh, it was anything so funny that it would last a lifetime and he would still be getting millions and millions of views. If he brought something new to his content and generally typed up a brand new script and edited it to make it funny and then read it off doing commentary like that, maybe he could have saved his space. But the other reason I think why he fell off is because his audience was just toxic as fuck. Now, don't get me wrong, if you were a former Leafy fan, I really don't care at this point. Everybody grows up. But at the time, his audience were terrible people. And if he went out of his way to maybe say, hey, can you knock this shit off? You know, like, this is not a good look for the channel. This is not a good look for me. And it's not a good look for you. I don't condone this kind of behavior. Then maybe he could have saved his channel a little bit. I've thrown shade on him for pretty much 4 minutes and 48 seconds throughout this entire video. But let me give you an update on his status now. Leafy surprisingly grew up quite a bit. He He went back to college and got a 4-year degree in business and is now a stock trader and only sees video making as a hobby. And his content now is on Rumble, and he has about 40,000 subscribers to his Rumble account, and looks like he just streams gameplay for now, which is fine. Until I looked at the title. How about his appearance? The number one thing that basically deconstructed his entire YouTube channel entirely when he got made fun of by iDubbbz. Well, he's changed quite a bit. He's no longer that greasy-haired little emo kid with a nasally, whiny voice that tells you you're a poop nose. Instead, he's now a 28-year-old, disheveled-looking Discord moderator, neck-bearded man. It's too bad that neckbeard can't cover up his weak chin.